Um, tell me about your daddy's medical practice as you remember it. He made house calls and went around all over the community in his buggy. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then some would come to the doctor's office there at the house.
He would tell me he'd ride horseback.
Uh-huh. Did he use that old brick house that was an office out there in your day?
That was his main office.
I know it was back when he first came there. He came there to be a doctor in the community, and he met your mother.
Yeah.
And she was just a young girl, much younger than he was.
Yeah.
And he nursed her when, he was her doctor when she had what? That he first saw her. Didn't she have some disease or something that he treated?
No, not that I know.
He just came there because Colonel Renrick wanted to get a doctor in the community.
Yes.
And did Colonel Renrick build him that office out there by the house?
Yes.
And he just gonna rent him an office.
Yes.
But when he came there, he met the daughter, your mother.
Yeah.
And at that time, was that before the Civil War then, was it? Or that was after the Civil War?
After Civil.
Right. He came there as a doctor after the war.
Yes.
All right. And about that time, she went off to U.S. Female College to go to school.
Yes.
And he wrote her letters while she's up here at U.S. Female College.
Yes.
And they corresponded and all. And then they married. Do you know the year they married?
No.
But anyway, then they married and they lived on there in Colonel Renrick's house.
Yes.
From then on.
Yes.
Now, one of the other big things that happened there at that house was when your sister, Mary Emma, got married.
Oh, yes.
And that was the only daughter, so that was a big occasion, was it?
Yes, big occasion. 20 turkeys.
20 turkeys. Well, we get to that in a minute, but they had, they remodeled the house for that wedding.
Yeah.
And they took the kitchen from the one end of the house and moved it around, put it on the other end, right? And they changed the stairway.
Changed family. And then back of the house too.
They made the stairs go up from the back rather than from the front.
Yeah.
Do you remember any other particular changes they made in the house?
Oh, they put them big chimneys up. The biggest, tallest chimneys I ever saw.
Well, they didn't have those same chimneys before the wedding?
No.
What did they have?
Just an ordinary chimney.
Oh, they changed the house that much. They built new chimneys.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Didn't they change the front of the house where there used to be some panes of glass along the front doors, and then they took them out?
Made changes there. Made changes.
Well, now,
The front of the house.
all right, now she married there in the front hall, right?
Yeah, but married halfway down that long hall.
Uh-huh. Did she come down the stairs?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And after the wedding is when they had the big dinner?
Yes. Right.
Now, tell me what you remember about the big dinner they had for the wedding party.
Oh, they had 20 turkeys, and Lord knows how much
Other food.
stuff there.
Now, didn't they get waiters from the hotel in Newberry to come out and serve it?
2 expert waiters.
Uh-huh.
Expert waiters.
How many people do you suppose came out for that occasion?
I ain't got no idea.
But it must have been a good many if they had that 20 turkeys.
Yeah.
Must have fed a lot of people.
Yeah.
They probably had a lot more to come out and eat than came to the wedding.
Sure.
Because they wouldn't have had room for them in the hall, would they?
Sure.
Now, that would have been about 1899.
Right in there.
Uh-huh.
Right in there.
Right. Now, Aunt Mary Emma's first child was Renrick Kennedy,
Yeah.
and he was born there, right?
Yes.
She came home when the first child was born.
Yes.
I see. Did she come home when all of her children were born in those times, or is that the only one?
No, several.
Several of them were born there?
Several was born there.
Mm-hmm. Papa, tell us a little bit about how you first met Mama.
Mama.
Yeah.
In the church.
What were you doing at Elk Valley Church?
They was having a big meeting.
And who was preaching out there?
to Mr. Kennedy and that man was partner. I forget his name.
Anyway, yeah, Ike Kennedy was a pastor,
Yeah,
and he'd married your sister,
yeah,
Mary Emma.
yes,
And so you out visiting them,
yes,
and you went to Elk Valley Church.
yes.
Was she sitting with the family, or who was she sitting with when you met her? Where'd you see her first?
In the church,
Where was she sitting? With whom was she sitting?
middle ways in church.
You remember exactly where it was?
Yes, and
Was it love at first sight?
yes,
Uh-huh. As soon as you saw her, you thought she looked pretty good.
yes,
Uh-huh. And so you decided you'd see if you could date her.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And,
Did they introduce you to her that day? Did you get introduced to her that day?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
not when I first saw her though.
Yeah. But after the service, you got to meet her.
Yeah.
And did you go to dating her or go to see her right then, or was it on a later visit?
Well, on a later visit.
Uh-huh.
Later visit.
And so you went out there several times to see her.
And the Sheffield girl was with her
Uh-huh. Ruth Sheffield was with her,
in the church.
and Cora Sheffield.
Yeah,
They were sitting with her in church.
yeah.
Uh-huh. And that famous visit you made back to see Mama, where they saved up the fried chicken for you for Christmas,
Yeah,
you really pulled a good one on them there, didn't you?
yeah,
They'd saved this chicken, which was hard to grow at
Yeah.
Christmas time, and
Yeah.
saved it because they didn't like they get frozen ones now.
yeah,
They saved to kill it for you at Christmas.
yes.
And when they passed it to you, what'd you say?
I don't believe I can any chicken right now.
And he was really tickled. Ain't leaving Mama like that a fit, because you didn't care for chicken after they'd saved it up for you.
Yeah, they saved it up.
Hey, and what happened in the time that Mama went in there to clean up your room? What'd she find shining out there in your suitcase?
2 little bit of jugs of whiskey.
2 little jugs of whiskey.
Yeah.
What in the world were you doing with whiskey in your suitcase?
Oh, my grandma put it in there.
Are you real sure your grandma put it in there?
Yeah.
Or you just tell Mama that?
Yeah, I know she put it in there and made camp out of it.
She kept a little whiskey to make camp out of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she told you to take it along for your cold,
Take it along with it cool.
and you didn't object to taking it along, did you?
I never bought it.
You didn't drink it?
No.
For goodness sake.
I didn't buy it.
And so when Grant saw that, she came out and told you what she'd seen. Why did you tell her she had no business looking in your suitcase?
Yeah.
You didn't tell her that?
I never told her that.
I reckon it was lying out there where she could see it.
Yeah. Well, I left it open.
Oh, you had it all open for her to
Yeah.
see. You weren't trying to
I
hide it.
didn't know that she was coming in there.
And so she asked you about it,
Yeah.
and you told her what Grandma had done.
Yeah.
You think she believed you?
She was about to break up with her.
Yeah, you had to make up some kind of story.
Yeah.
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 But and you told her that kind of story, and it was the truth, huh?
Yeah.
And she believed you.
Yeah, she believed it.
Well, that's pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because she could have broken up and thought you telling her a tale.
Yeah.
I bet she scared you good.
Yeah, she scared me.
Uh-huh. Suitcase was lying open and she could just see it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, play. Did you ever have any other episodes that you can recall that were right interesting when you were courting her? That you could remember from those visits out there?
I don't know.
They meet you you'd go on the train to where?
Oh, yeah.
To where? You couldn't go to Fayetteville, could you?
No.
You'd have to get a buggy and ride from
Yes.
Tullahoma or Cowan or somewhere.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We've got up at Tullahoma and Deckard and Cowan and all them places.
Mm-hmm. And you'd have to ride a buggy in those early days to get over there.
Yeah.
Is it so that one of the first cars they had in Fayetteville came out to get you when you got married and take you to the train?
Yes. Oh,